How do you not play the doctor?
Yeah, it's like playing the psychologist or playing the counselor or like, even if you are a doctor, even if you are a counselor, don't sit your spouse there and start to teach them. You know, they want to feel loved. They need
lectured.
to feel loved, not being lectured. Even if you are a preacher like me,
Mr. the lecturer. Hi everybody, welcome to Mike and Christelle podcast where family meets faith and fun. Today we have an amazing episode for you. We're talking about how to help a spouse who is struggling with addiction.
Addictions can be damaging to relationships, and any addiction. Some people think their addictions are soft, like we spoke about workaholism last time. If someone is addicted to work or to certain types of food, they may think, oh, that is less than the other one who is addicted to alcohol or drugs. But addiction is addiction, and any addiction can damage relationships. What is the best attitude in a relationship if your spouse is struggling with those things? What is the best attitude, or what is the best course of action?
We have some tips for you if you're married to someone who's struggling with addictions. Listen or watch till the end to get the most out of it. So number one is do not explode or implode.
Yes, normally the attitude for many people is to explode. Exploding is yelling at them or getting angry and show this attitude that you will make sure they understand you're unhappy with their behavior. It makes the person even reject your help, like, because you explode. You make it hard for the person to open up, to talk to you, because you're not listening. You are showing your anger. And I'm not saying it's hard, it's wrong.
Or it's easy.
Or it is easy, but try not to explode. Try not to implode. To implode is the other side of it. To implode is you are so tired of their behavior, you decide not to talk anymore.
Yeah, so how do you do that? How do you have a balance between explode and implode?
Yeah, both extreme.
What's the right attitude?
The right attitude is to listen. Always listen to them. Always talk to them and listen to what they are saying, because they are always underlying situations, issues
going on. Yeah.
So always listen to the person who is struggling. Listen. Be the. I don't want to use the word ally, but be the helper. Don't explode.
Yeah.
And don't implode, because you will block the communication channel between the two of you.
So this is about the spouse who is talking about it. So the spouse has confessed that they have this addiction, or you have seen it, and they are willing to talk about it.
No, maybe they are not yet even willing to talk about.
So
your attitude.
How do you
Yes.
Not explode or implode if you don't know if they're willing to talk about it?
Sometimes, or most of the time, the exploding or imploding makes it hard for the person to even to open up.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people who are struggling with addiction don't want to talk about it. But
true.
they need that safe space to talk. So by exploding,
if you're a spouse and you've realized that your spouse is into addictions, and the first thing to do is not to go at them with
and yell
at them,
or don't implode. To implode most of the time, where people who implode don't talk about it. So you're just taking it in, and it's destroying you, and you are just showing attitude on the outside, but in the inside, it's really eating you.
Yeah.
Try to be just kind, and keep open that channel of communication so that they
go
can
to them, talk to them, and
talk about it, but
calmly,
without yelling, without just ask them questions, and don't explode, don't implode. That's the beginning. Create this atmosphere of trust, because you want them to trust you. You want them to feel like they can talk to you about it. When you do it, you win them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the goal is to help them. Remember, we are talking about how to help them, not how to shame them, not how to prove to them that they are wrong, how to help them. So the first step is don't explode, don't implode, stay stay calm, stay kind in the process. Stay kind in the process. The aim is to get them to open up, and they will not open up if they don't trust you. And for them to trust you, they need to feel safe around you.
Okay.
Exploding or imploding blocks that communication channel.
Yeah. So number 2 is do not play the doctor.
Yes. Or most partners do this.
Yeah. That's not easy, man. That's not easy. I mean, it's okay. All of this is not easy. But I think the most important thing is to be aware of this.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it for the first time.
Try your best.
It's a try.
Yes.
It's a trial. But
Try
this is like some tips that will really help you.
Yes. So playing the doctor.
How do you not play the doctor?
Yeah, it's like playing the psychologist or playing the counselor or like even if you are a doctor, even if you are a counselor, don't sit your spouse there and start to teach them. You know, they want to feel loved. They need to feel loved, not being lectured. Even if you are a preacher like me,
Mr. the lecturer.
My wife always reminds me that
stop lecturing me.
that not to preach to her, because sometimes I get lost into this regular corner and I begin to preach to her, and she reminds, oh, wait a moment, you don't need to preach to me. So even if you know something, even if you know how to do something, when it comes to helping your spouse, don't lecture them, don't preach to them.
So the best thing is just listen, be there. Listen.
You can talk, but it should come from a friend's angle, not from a. Don't talk down.
What are the words that you can use that don't sound like lecture?
Ask questions.
Good.
Yeah.
So ask questions.
Ask questions. Don't tell them what's wrong, what they should do. There is a place for that if they ask you, but just start with questions to get them to a place where they will ask you what to do. Ask questions.
Good. Okay, the third point is do not give up. Ooh, that's a big one. Do not give up.
It sounds like cliche or something, but this is it. Like, it's easy to give up. If you've been observing someone drinking for years, you feel like, okay, I'm not just going to do anything about it. Some people give up and leave the relationship. Some people give up and stay in the relationship and build just this wall between them and the person and not trying to help them anymore.
And both are bad.
Both are wrong.
Both are wrong.
Both attitudes are wrong. Do not give up means do not give up trying to help. Do not just or give up or give in. Like, okay, it's okay. Oh, this is it. No, it's not it until you win that battle. So do not stop trying to help.
Because sometimes it takes so many attempts to help someone until they change or they decide to hear what you're saying, what you're trying to do. And so if you give up, that I don't know. I don't care if it's the 50th,
95th.
that might be the turn that they'll be willing to listen and change. So don't give up.
Don't give up on trying to help.
Trying to help.
Trying to help. People who are struggling with addictions are stubborn. They're stubborn. Some of them don't even want to listen. They defend themselves. They get too defensive, and you know that. So don't give up. Just keep trying.
Yeah. Number 4 is do not enable.
This is mostly for people who love each other. We think enabling is helping.
What do you mean for people who love each other?
What does enable mean? It means when for example, if your spouse goes into their addiction corner and make mistakes, you try to cover them for them. So they don't feel the consequence.
To cover it up for them.
Yes, they don't face the consequences. Let's say, for example, your spouse is an alcoholic. They come home, they drink, they forget to go to bed, and they sleep on the couch with shoes and all that. Let them sleep there. Yes.
Don't even cover them.
No, let them sleep there, wake up in the night, in the cold. So they realize how bad what they are doing is. I think it's important to let people face consequences of their choices so that they realize how bad what they are doing is. The more you cover it, the less they feel it, and they keep doing it.
Yeah, that's so good.
So let them face the consequences. If your spouse is overspending, and let them face the damage of it. Don't always enable them. That's our opinion. That's what we think. Yeah.
Number 5 is do not join.
Oh yeah, this is the opposite of giving up. This is you start drinking if they are drinking. I'm talking about drinking because we discussed it in our previous episode. We talk about alcohol, using alcohol as a coping mechanism. But it can be any addiction, anything that your spouse is struggling with. If you know it's an addiction, do not join. Let them know you are indifferent. Let them know you are out of it. You don't partake of it. You are not part of it. Let them know that with your action that you're not doing it. Even if for you drinking is not a big deal, but because your spouse is drinking, is struggling with drinking addiction, alcoholism, don't drink even a glass, just to help them understand that you are serious about it. Don't join. Every time you join, you kind of affirm them, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm with you into this. No, it's not okay. I don't agree with your attitude. Yeah, any addiction that you know a spouse is struggling with, don't join. It doesn't show love.
Number 6 is do not walk alone. This is a big thing for a couple to go through. So you really need some help. Yeah. Some professional help.
Yourself.
Both of you, yourself, you need find someone who's trustworthy, who's professional, that can help you deal with it.
Yeah. You the person who is looking after the person who is addicted. Yeah. You need help. Yeah. Don't go through that process alone. Yeah. Of course, it may end up by the two of you needing help. Like your partner, your spouse may accept to get help. That's great. But if they don't accept to get help, you still need help. Yeah. Don't walk alone. It is crazy because you can feel isolated dealing with an addicted spouse or any addiction, any struggle. It can be isolating. You can feel like you are fighting with this battle alone and nobody cares. Yeah. So reach out. Yeah. Reach out to people. Yeah. Find help. Don't just stay struggling with it yourself. It's not good. Yeah. In fact,
and sometimes as a spouse, you can feel ashamed.
Yes.
And that will not help in any way. Yeah. Find help. Find someone who can.
I love what you just said.
You can feel ashamed. Like, I don't know if I say
this about my spouse. Yeah.
What is going on? And you're in trouble already.
Yes.
So there's no need to worry about shame in this instance because you really need help. So it's best to speak to someone. Don't keep this to yourself, because at the end of the day, we want you, the person who's taking care of their addiction, to be healthy.
Yeah, you always.
Otherwise, your work is not going to be.
You always give this example about rescuing people in the plane, babe. You love to give that.
Yeah, I like the way they say in the plane. They say if there's an accident, whatever that happens in the airplane, the first thing you need to do to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on someone else. Yes. I used to be like, no, if I'm with my child, I'll put it on him. But then I realized, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to put it on him anyway. If it happens, I'm not gonna be well. So I'd rather be putting it on myself so that I'm able to help my child.
That's very important.
So I think in this case, that's what we're talking about. Find help.
Yes.
That's going to empower you to help your spouse.
And this sounds strange because you are not the one dealing with struggling with alcohol, with addiction. You are not the one. You are helping someone who is struggling, but you still need help as the helper of the person who is struggling. Yeah. And this is healthy for you. Yeah. Don't feel isolated. Don't stay isolated. Don't stay in your own corner. Join, find someone to help you, or a group of people, or whoever you feel comfortable talking to. Yeah.
The last one, but not the least, is do not leave God out. This might sound very cliche, but prayer does move mountains.
Yes, it does.
prayer does work.
It does.
Really does work. So pray for your partner, pray for your spouse, pray for this situation. You know, things might be impossible for you as a human, but nothing is impossible to God.
Yes.
I believe that some people who have gone through something like this before you, and they've prayed and God guided them and helped them. You do not leave God out of this.
No.
Yeah.
I would put that first.
Yeah.
In my case, I would start with praying for it first.
Yeah.
But we put it last on the list, but it's not on the list, but it's not the least on the list.
Yeah.
it is the first for us. We
You
if
like
we
that, don't
have
you? The words. You like
of
that.
course, I like to rhyme. We put prayer first. Like every time we see a struggle, we start by praying about it before we talk about it. So we encourage you to pray about these things. And the more you pray, the more God will reveal strategies or his peace. He just give you his peace in the process to know what to do.
That's so true.
And it may get to a time where it's the final conclusion is you have to get out because it's not working. It depends on the addiction. It depends on what we are dealing with. There is an episode we did. You can go and find it. How when is the right time to quit? You can go through our podcast. You will find that episode. When is the right time to quit? And you will see how we give details on what to look into when you feel like you're about to quit. Is it the time or not? Go and watch that episode or listen to it. But if that's the conclusion, then so be it. But at the moment, we would say, don't leave God out. Don't leave God out. Those are the 7 tips.
Yeah. So guys, we hope this was an amazing episode for you. We hope someone's being helped out there.
Yes.
Please remember to subscribe
Yes.
and click the notification bell so you do not miss when we post new episodes. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.